Hola.
What do you want to talk about?
Happy Sunday! Happy Sunday!
Technically, it's Saturday evening here, but hi, happy Saturday evening. And tomorrow, which will be Sunday, will be bonfire night, which I used to know as firework night when I was little, because that's what everyone called it. But yes, remember the 5th of November. And hello, Alberto. Thank you very much for hosting. And don't forget, turn on captions.
It's very important.
Is it definitely like a verb, or is it describing the captions? I mean, I put it there, but you've got to consider these things because not everyone interprets things the same way that I do. In fact, very few people do, I imagine. But yes, if Alberto can think of any captions that would be more of a turn on than turn on captions, which could be instructive, go for it.
No, it's fair enough.
Okay, we can
It's been
cope
enough?
with the ambiguity.
I'm having lemon ice cream. Yummy.
I'm
You
on the way to go eat a
swine!
gyro. And no,
You're going to eat a gyro?
No? Who is me?
No,
No.
no,
no, me.
Kathy says he's on his way to
Oh.
go eat a gyro.
Oh.
Yeah, the wifey doesn't really like them. And I enjoy them.
Are
So I'm
they
going to an
what?
authentic place.
Is it like a gyro because it's like a rotisserie, and is it what we would call a kebab? Or possibly
So
a
they have
shawarma?
kebabs. They have kebabs, but this is more of a platter with like like a Mediterranean salad, your roasted meat, right? Your lamb, some I guess it's a pita bread, or right? And then you got your feta cheese and your tzatziki sauce, and I'm
Tzatziki,
salivating
that's
already.
Greek, and yes, and I've got something in the. It's a Buddha bowl. It's in the oven. It's been not in the freezer where it should live for days, but I tend to think that something that doesn't have meat in it or any animal product can surely not make me as ill. I don't know why I think that, but I do, and I very rarely get food poisoning because of my iron stomach. It's not particularly iron, but it's just that my family my aunt has Crohn's disease and my mum has diverticulitis, and these things are affected by stress as it is, and also by the fact that I suspect that my mum possibly will go for what's cheap or what's on offer rather than what she actually wants, whereas my aunt is the complete opposite. She will eat what she feels like at the time, and I did think that that's kind of dodgy, but really your body will presumably be telling you what it wants. I was wondering why it was called a gyro. And
Well, I
hello
think
to
because in English,
Cybergirl.
isn't it? Hello, Cyber Girl. Happy
Oh,
Saturday.
hello, Cyber
I
Girl.
think it's gyro because of just like phonetics, right? Like with the letters, but isn't it pronounced Edo in Greek?
Oh gosh, I don't speak Greek. I would like to. I've got the Greek alphabet on my wall, but it does not tell you how to pronounce them. I only know about Omega being the last letter and Omicron being that variant of
How
COVID-19.
about Alpha?
Alpha, yeah, that's, I think, all the ones that are
Beta?
beginning with they and
Delta?
Peter. You missed out Gamma.
Oh, Gamma. That's right. I'm not thinking something else. Psi.
I don't know.
Kappa.
Alarm just went off. Kappa, that is the one that has like a uppercase K and like a little uppercase K for the lowercase k, but they are both K's, and Kappa we write with a K, so it's all good. It's also the name of a brand where if you cover over the top half of the logo, it looks rude.
I really like that jumpsuit, though. I like the Kappa jumpsuits, gotta say.
I
Was
think
always a fan.
it was my best friend's friend from round the corner who had the Kappa top, and I think it was appropriated by my best friend who, yes, it was what we would call ping. No, we wouldn't call it ping. I just went ping, and I didn't even read the instructions, which is not like me, but it's just been out of the freezer for however long, and I've been asleep for mostly days now. But I got up, I did my training, said my prayers, took my vitamins, and now.
Now I'm on a rampage.
Well, I don't.
I'm on
I,
the street. I'm just kidding.
please continue. I like the
I
sound
have
of.
to take my vitamins. Be right back.
Oh, well done.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I was so intent on taking mine that I didn't remind you to take yours. Everyone should take their vitamins
Unbelievable.
because, like, it's important to get your essential.
Oils?
Well, the thing is about getting your essential oils is that, like, how I wouldn't recommend eating them. I like how the caption said lawyers before it changed it to oils. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bryce's Stoic space because the alarm that just went off was reminding me about that. But I came from there. I wonder why it's changed time. And
How's it doing? How the street stoics doing?
how's the feet stroke? Very.
That was the street stoics.
Oh yes, those
There we go.
my favourite
Catch the
stoics.
thought
I
finally.
wonder if that's why Boggles isn't following me, because I stated that Bryce and Benny were my favourite stoics and completely missed out Boggles. But
Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of like a punch to the gut.
yeah, I don't ever want to like be taking a sly dig at anyone ever. But the thing is that Bryce is my Twitter twin, and now Twitter is X, the everything app. I still feel that, well, I'm still dead naming it. It's still Twitter to me, because it's just, I was saying in the last space that Alberto was hosting that seemed to very suddenly end while I was writing something. It just takes me such a long time to write anything. And if I want to like say it rather than type it, it means I can't hear what's happening in the space. So it just takes me forever to try and write something, write it wrong, delete it, read it back, think, no, that doesn't sound right, because like I was saying about the turn on captions, not everyone is reading things in the same way that I read them. So you sometimes have to be careful. I still get it wrong, of course, but that's because I'm human. And I was totally excusing myself for something earlier because it's probably just that I'm autistic. I can't remember what it was, but maybe that's something to do with that as well. So the
I
moral
have
of the
a
story
rock.
is just go easy on yourself. You have a rock.
I have a rock.
You
Oh, this
have
not
an
open.
island. Or you
And
have a
I am
rhyme.
so pissed. It is not open. What the fuck? What the fuck? I gotta
Oh
go read the sign. Hold
no.
on, I'll be back. Yeah, it's closed. I don't know what happened. Let me see what's going on. I drove away
That
for this.
sucks. You were so looking forward to that damn
Yeah, like this.
gyro.
Yeah. Like I wanted all of it. What the fuck's going on here? What's going on? Damn it! Let me get to the bottom of this.
I think, well, I'm very sorry about that. I hate it when stuff doesn't work out, and it should. Why would it not be open? Does it say on the sign?
Renovations, motherfucker. All right, and now that I'm here, I'm just gonna eat some chicken. Not what I was looking for, though.
Have you got some chicken?
Yeah, right next door.
Ah,
I'm
and
hungry.
that's not renovating. I'm sorry. It just, I mean, at least you have chicken. At least you didn't drive out to somewhere where it
I
was just
could
that
have
and
had this
nothing
right
else.
around the house. It's not the same. Not the same.
Of course
I'm
not.
a little bummed out. All right, let me place my order. I'll jump back on.
Okay. Good luck. I hope it all goes to thing, and then it was me who has turned the captions on and didn't mean I hope it all goes to Bing, because that isn't, though I've heard Bing is good because it's got that thing, Chatchi PT. Chatchi PT. Yes, PT. Stupid captions.
just took my vitamins. Oh no, my cyber wife left.
Oh no,
Oh well.
I'm sorry about that. I did offer the microphone, but I noticed in the shovel in the sack that it no, not yes, in the sack it says Daniel, quiero amar un espacio aparte, avísame y te abro mi espacio.
Oh yeah, it was this guy that he was a speaker and dropped to listener. I don't know what happened. Yeah, yeah, okay,
It was
but
around the time I arrived.
yeah, it was all your fault, absolutely.
In the case of what I very poorly read out, that would imply that yes, that was indeed the only factor. I'm
Okay.
sorry because I know it was your choice to co-host me up and I appreciate it, but also I am not an appealing co-host for everyone else. And it's silly, isn't it? Because some people might prefer that I wasn't co-host, but those same people would prefer that I wasn't here. And so should we take that seriously? Bramble doesn't seem to think so.
Oh, I was muted. I'm going to the store for in 2 3 minutes. I will mute myself. Meanwhile, I can listen to you, but I will mute for the noises.
You will mute for the noises. That's fine. I'm not going to be saying much of use. Maybe Bramble has something to say. Perhaps not. Bramble? Bramble? Oh. Is that... Oh, I don't know. Something...
It's a sunny day here. What's the temperature in Montevideo? Okay.
The temperature in Montevideo is roughly... Why doesn't this work? 18 degrees, highs of 19, lows of 10. Sunny conditions will continue for the rest of the day. Wind gusts are up to 14 miles an hour. Yes,
Oh,
it was
nice.
very windy the other day that I was...
It was extremely
What
windy.
day
Yeah.
was it? Do we know? It wasn't really
I
India.
don't know. It was Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday.
I didn't take my meds on Thursday, so it
But
might
girl,
have
what's gonna
been
do?
Wednesday because I
Oh,
know
well,
that you would have reminded me or I would have reminded you. And yeah, it's a bit, I've just noticed in my profile picture, because they're a bit like small on a phone, because phones are small. Why aren't I on the thing? Because it's weird. It had 2% battery, despite it not being charged for days, but it charges so slowly. I think there's something wrong with the battery. There's a thing that I can look at, I assume, because they make like iOS things the same,
sorry,
because if
Kay.
they didn't, it would suck. Sorry?
What did you say?
Oh,
What did
nothing
you
of
say?
importance. I'm
Oh,
Radio Red, remember?
yes, well, I'm coming back. I'll be back. If we come in a minute. I realize how much I am a creature of the night. I'm not used to so much sunlight.
You are a creature of the night.
Yes.
You don't get a lot of sunlight. What's your vitamin D levels saying?
I don't know, but I take supplements of vitamin D.
And
So
you are
I assume
supplementing it with what, vitamin C? Just joking.
I'm arriving home.
So what happened, Alberto? So you disconnected. We were thrown out with this. I don't remember his name. In the best part of our
No, actually, it
conversation,
was
and
my fault, but I clicked on Bryce's profile and I was taken to his space. It wasn't, it was an accident.
I do things like that. It's good that I just got to hear that. I got
so Kimberly, how is everything with you tonight?
Bueno, gracias.
in about 3 minutes. I will have a visitor and some more weeds because I've been sleeping like a Rip Van Halen. I have just been not using it and I still have some left. And Rip Van Halen. I said Rip Van Halen, like Rip Van Winkle. I don't think that's how you spelt Winkle. Or that. I would have assumed that it was spelt Winkel. Like Winkle. Yeah, I've been saying Rip Van Winkle for years when it's pronounced Winkle. I feel like a fool.
I fall in love with you, essential, essential.
You think so? You think I am correct in my feeling like fool? And what I was saying is about my tiny little profile picture because they're quite small on a phone which is small. Why aren't I using the iPad? This is how I get distracted from what I'm saying. But it does actually look a bit like I am shooting a spider web out the side of my spider mask. The Spider-Man. That button on the side. I believe I can do anything about it aside from finding someone who's like really good at having complete control of the operating system so that not only can they stop it like locking the screen or invoking Siri, it could do something like useful. Like that could be the volume up button because I also have problems with the volume down button being right where I hold the phone. Oh, that's my doorbell. And that was quite a reasonable volume, I thought. Does anyone like crispy seaweed?
What's it?
I'll take it. It's a no.
Yes.
Oh no. Hello?
No, take it as a yes. It's no, but the silence, you take the silence as a yes.
Oh, right. Am I taking it as a yes? And you're a fan of crispy seaweed. Don't you find that it tastes a bit like fish and smells like fish and is a bit fishy and is actually cabbage? Though I've got some seaweed in like a pack. It's like a clump. And I don't know if I think that may be actual seaweed, though I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that anymore. Oh, Alex is gone. I see that Alberto is not muted off microphone.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I didn't say anything about ICE. Are they not like the ones that lock the children in the cages? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Gemma made a really good point. If I was to have a Halloween costume, probably because it's in the UK. Oh, yes, I've got food as well. I forgot about that. And of course, vaping will make me a little bit munchy because that is what it does. I hope that I cooked the thing adequately so I don't give myself food poisoning.
I hope not.
I don't know what happened that one time, but it was more likely to be the norovirus than it was food poisoning because Steve and I ate the same thing from the same pack of thing. My mum pointed out not the exact same yellowfin sole. So yeah, unlikely. I think, yeah, I just had a tummy upset that Steve didn't get, and it turns out my mug, and I tried it with like the hot water, and it didn't like go the colours that you can see that it will, because I just really miss, for no reason at all, Global Hypercolour, it was this particular fabric that would change colour with heat, but I think when you're an adult, it will just end up changing colour under your arms, and that's not a good look. Maybe that's why it's not been a thing for like 30 plus years. And Bryce said that the Karate Kid turned 62 today. I want to call him Ralph Macchio. I wanted to call him Macchiato, but that's too many syllables, which means more letters than I see it in my mind's eye. But the thing with me and men seem to be, if you are doing, how do you pronounce it? Is it charades? Charities? I'm not sure, but that one where you have to mime things. And I always manage somehow to, the only two I can think of are the ones that men will get instantly. They're also two films I've never seen. But for some reason, even though I totally just saw it for the first time probably on a GIF, men tend to know from wax on, wax off what film I'm talking about. And then if I just like extend my arms and make a sort of snapping thing, they know it's Jaws. And I don't know why it is that it's only men that get it. And it just, yeah, seems obvious to me, and it does the males as well, but I would struggle, I think, to think of any other films to try and mime. And yeah, next one will probably be Four Weddings and a Funeral, but how would I tell them the first word is four and not make them think fourth syllable or something? That's confusing. So maybe go for something without numbers. Can't think of how I could mime Sliver, even if I had a peeler and something to peel. Speaking of peeler and something to peel, I don't know where the sausage mix is. There's some mix for sausages that uses peppers and onions, and I don't like either of those, so just going to use apple, and I have plenty of apple. But it's that it might be that I'm autistic. I find it exceptionally hard to self-motivate. I don't tend to do things unless I feel guilty, and I don't tend to feel guilt when it comes to self-neglect. I feel guilty about neglecting Bramble. I feel guilty about all sorts of things. Yay, my watch seems to have charged, and I was just checking to see if it had even started charging, but that is telling me that no, it's just like a blank where it's supposed to tell me what the temperature is. That's a massive fail. Click on it. Yeah, it's still got the 2 dashes instead of a thing. Whoa, there was a please provide feedback for something. Recognize FOMO triggers, prioritize your views and goals, reduce social media usage. The thing is, if I reduce social media usage, I've been pretty much comatose for a few days and therefore have not. Oh, there's a medication notification. Thank you. I took them, some of them, and it went. Another one. Yeah, another medication reminder. It's good that I'm getting all of these eventually, maybe, but I need to pay the man. And by the man, I mean the woman that is my mum. Yeah, you recognise my face. I got paid that thing yesterday and slept the whole day. Not sure what the yes, I'm just thinking, it's the 4th today and it's a Saturday. Does that mean the 1st was a Wednesday? 2nd, Thursday, 3rd, Friday, 4th, Saturday. Yes, so Wednesday was the last day I was awake. I didn't spend all of that it says I spent, because one of them was a repeating. Speaking of repeating, I can't work out how to cancel something. But I don't like how even if you are just for another. Right, okay, so if you are moving money from one account to another account, but it's the same bank, you don't have to fucking give a reason, but anything else, yeah, you have to give reasons. Paying a friend or family. And that is so... can't remember if I paid last time. And amusingly, in my meagre savings account, there's £7.81. Is that how you spell meagre? Have I fully been spelling it wrong? Shit.
AMICA.
Amica.
Yes.
What does that spell?
AMICA.
Amiga.
Amiga.
because Amica doesn't mean anything.
In Spanish, no.
You're funny, but in a nice way, not in a peculiar way. It's official, and this is a recorded space, so you can, like, I don't know, make it into an NFT. I am still unproductive. I don't know. I don't think my value ought to be based on my output. I think people should just love me because I am me.
Why do people love you? It's because of you. You are yourself, right?
I think it might maybe have something to do with output. Might be the things I say and the things I do. Don't ask me because I'm not a big fan. I mean, English, not a big fan of them in general. British is slightly better than English, but that doesn't make me any more British or any less English. And so it just makes sense that I can say these things because it's not xenophobia. It's not a fear or a hatred of the other. It's this lot. Damn them all. And I wish that things didn't just go missing. I had a thing, I heard something come through my letterbox. It woke me up. I was hoping that that was the sound of someone posting something through the letterbox and not someone knocking, because, yeah, I would have to, like, get up and go to the door. And yeah, the thing is, I was just standing there and it's gone. Where is it gone? I don't think I've got the energy to get up and look for something that I've worn myself out looking for already. But it shouldn't wear me out. It's the fucking bending over. It's the, I don't know if it's vertigo, because I know that's with the looking up. My mum gets it as well, unfortunately, and Chessie's back. But yes, they are there. They can't have gone far. And I just, yeah, it's just the getting up when. Also, it's the fact that, ooh, food in the nest. Food in the
That's what I ate.
nest.
It's not the same.
It's not
I
the
mean,
same.
I am.
Is
I
that
am.
is that a ball of rice?
That is a bowl of rice. That is correct.
Wow, that's something I've not seen before. And what's in the thing next to the
Beans,
rice?
black beans,
Ah, and the yellow thing.
totones, plantain squashed, fried.
Plantain.
Hmm.
Wow.
Right, Alberto? Totone?
Yep.
Totone. A better to Tony.
Oh, hold on. I missed one of my vitamins. Oh,
Vitamins.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. Like, why? Oh, yeah, and I figured out it was because I've been vaping. That will have made me munchy, even though I think what it was is I was clearly hungry, like in those days while I was asleep. I swear, like I would wake up and my tummy would be rumbling, and then I'd go back to sleep. And so, yeah, I now can technically eat what I like and not have to worry about. And in fact, that's like at least 2 days, and you just call it that fasting thing, that intermittent fasting, and everyone's cool with it. So yeah, intermittently fasted for 2 days, and I'm clearly that munchy that it pinged some time ago. So I should get it and eat it, and maybe that would be a good idea. Hello, Tweet
Tweet
Bloke.
bloke.
Are you going to consider changing your name now? They're not tweets, they're
Bloke.
posts. Post Bloke doesn't have the same ring to it.
Ex-bloke then, yeah. Yeah, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. I need to take my vitamins complete.
Well done.
But who believes
It's
that X is better than Twitter?
better late than never.
Pixie's your Twitter?
Who believes X is better than Twitter?
Yeah. To like it better?
No, I'm dead naming the hell out of it, because I'm going to call it Twitter, because I
Part of the
think
revolution.
calling it X, the everything app, is a little bit a word I very seldom use. Twatty.
So Alberto, how
Don't
did you
think
get
I
this
even.
blue thing on your name? How did you get that? You pay per month?
Yes, yes, you pay monthly. Yes, that's right. But I'm thinking about unsubscribing because it's too much for what I'm getting.
Do you post video? Because you can do that, can't you? And
You can put videos of more than an hour, unlike with the traditional one, but still, I have posted all the videos I had so far.
I was gonna say, if I had to guess, you paid because you wanted to get that boost in the algo post, but in reality, you're not seeing any uh, action, right?
No,
What's
actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually, I see my analytics and they're going down, 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 despite of the blue tick.
So why did Musk buy Twitter? What is he planning to do with it? Did you see any improvement? These communities, do you understand what they are? I don't understand it.
I don't know if these are improvements. I definitely are seeing changes. With content creators specifically, like the whole video going live, the verified calling. So you have a voice call between people. Um, it- the whole boosting of if you're verified, how it's weighed into your reach. I haven't heard anything positive about that, but I know that's changed. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've been hesitant to actually pay. I paid once before, long time ago, before he purchased it when it was the original Twitter Blue. I have been playing with some audio stuff in Spaces and wanted to do the video, and so unfortunately, to do video, you have to be a paid verified account. So I don't know. I'm hesitant.
Actually, I got the Twitter Blue more than a year ago. That was no, sorry, it was not Twitter Blue. It was another. I don't, yeah, it was Twitter Blue. I don't remember where for 3.99 you could have all the features that are mentioned now. In particular, the NFT profile picture. Everybody was getting that, but right now I seldom see people using that feature.
Apparently, as well as the blue tick, you can subscribe to Elon for an extra $4 and get the dankest memes.
I bet it's the bee's knees.
I wouldn't know how to go about it though. Maybe that's because I don't have the blue tick. I did have the blue tick until I could be bothered to get rid. But when it was Twitter Blur, it wasn't available in this country. So sucks to be you, Britain.
That's a question I have. Was it only England or was it all of the UK?
It was the whole of the UK. Weirdly though,
Interesting.
it was available in Australia and
Huh.
That was weird. It was Australia, New Zealand,
Canada available.
Canada. Yeah, I connected. Actually, I got the blue tick from the United States because my account is linked. Creation is from the United States. This account, uh, which is a pain in the ass, but still, yeah, with a VPN, I was able to do it because, of course, Uruguay was not in the list of countries that they were initially allowing providing the service. And actually, I was also waiting for them to accept my submission to be able to provide subscribe people. And my for more than a year, it's been under review.
So do you think that people 10 years from now will pay for social media? They will buy a subscription monthly, and otherwise they will be on a kind of shitty free service full of ads and unable to see what their friends post?
I don't. I think. I mean, the differentiator right now for me on Twitter X is that my account's really old, and I like that. And the majority of the people that I still talk to are still here. But that's not to say that I don't have friends or colleagues on other platforms. And I think that it's, like anything, it's just a race, right? Like when all of it was a race to market between Facebook and Twitter and MySpace and that big, there was winners and there was losers, kind of like the browser wars. And eventually I think unless this platform, I mean, does something to kind of re-engage its users, it's for lack of a better word, become a real big echo chamber, especially with all the verified. And they were supposed to get rid of bots. Man, I see more bot activity now than I did ever before. So I don't know.
I see a lot more far right activity. They're the ones that get boosted, and they're the worst people. There were accounts that were banned because they said some, I would say, bad stuff, bad enough for them to have their accounts suspended. I think possibly permanently for some of them, but no, they all came back because free speech. And I think the problem with that is it's enabled those very people to just say, it doesn't make it a good place to be. As you say, you don't see what your friends are posting if they aren't blue ticked, because the algorithm is saying that, yeah, if you have paid for it, that's verification. But it's not. I had blue tick on this account, and I assure you I was not born in 1938.
No, it was 37, right?
No, 36 as far as I know, yeah.
Oh, I bet though. Really? You know,
Yeah, but she laughed, she lied about her age because, yeah, she didn't want to look that old, yeah.
But don't I sound good on it? But
yes, you
it's
do.
actually 1940.
I saw this comedian yesterday. He was a 21-year-old, and I forgot what is the disease that movie Mr. Buttons, or the you don't age. That's actually like
Oh, Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. There you go. So the comedian has this, and he looks like he's 19 years old, 18 years old, but he's like in his mid 30s, and but he's really small, and he was hilarious. Because I can imagine, like after he says the joke, I started thinking, I'm like, growing up with that disease or whatever, I'm sure you're asked tons of questions. I can only imagine going to like a bar or something, and getting ID'd, and then having a slew of questions. So, anyways, I'm gonna butcher the thing. I'm just gonna look for the YouTube video so you guys can see it, but it was hilarious. He would tell
I
people
think
he's from like 100 years old or whatever. Sorry.
I think Michael J. Fox had this illness, yeah, in the 80s and the 90s. He always looked like a kid, yeah, like a teenager, although he was like 35, 40.
That's true. He did, but I don't think he has the same one. I think I don't know what he had. I know he's got Parkinson's now,
He's
but
got Parkinson's disease.
yeah, but what there's a couple actors that are like that. That you look at them like exactly like they look at them in the 80s, look at them in the 90s, and then you look at them today, which is like we're talking 40 years, and they barely have changed.
Yeah, because that guy, the Karate Kid from the Karate Kid, turned 62 today.
Ralph Macchio or oh shit. Hold on.
Yeah, I wanted to say Macchiato as well, but I knew that was too many syllables and too many letters in. I can see it in my mind, but I have never. I was telling Alberto, but he was going to the shop, so I don't know if he heard or not. But I was saying there are these two. Is it? How's it pronounced? Charades or charades or Carades? I don't know how you pronounce that. It's where you mime something, and there's these two films that men seem to get when I mime them, and I haven't seen either of the films. But for the first one, you just need to wax on, wax off. And I just saw that for the first time. I saw it on a GIF, and yeah, I was doing it totally right, and that's why men know that it's the Karate Kid. And then for the other one, just extend my arms and do a sort of snapping thing. Men know that's Jaws. But yeah, I was thinking about how I would go about miming any other films, and like Four Weddings and a Funeral, how could I say that the first word is four without making them think it's four syllables? And so no two numbers. Then I thought sliver, and then I thought even if I had like a peeler, and something to peel, I don't think that would
Okay, I
be
got one.
adequate.
What if I pick up the phone, right? If I pick up the phone and I say, operator, I need an exit. What is that? What movie?
You can't say anything.
Oh, I can't say anything. Okay, that makes it harder. All right, hold on.
It's all about the mime. Yeah, but if you were to pick up the phone and look scared, I would know it was Scream. So yeah, that's I suppose one for the future, but I don't know if anyone else thinks like I do. And that's why it was
I'm a
really
visual person thinker, and I'm already got my gears going. I'm stumped right now, I'll be honest. I don't have any other movies off the top of my head other than the ones you've named. But it's like you said, it's definitely something for the future. I'll come back with something good.
cool. I think, yeah, do they even make epic films these days?
No, everything's
Because
a reboot. Everything's a reboot.
yeah,
Right?
but any good reboots? Like
No, everything's
I
no.
always say, like I normally think the original is the best, but I very much prefer Terminator 2 to the Terminator.
You know, a lot of people say that though. A lot of people say that, and they also say, oh, geez, which one was it? It's an animation. Not Lion. Is it Lion King 2? Simba's Return or something?
I've not
I don't
even
know
seen the Lion King
well,
one.
it never went. That's the one it's the craziest thing. So,
Is it me?
no.
It
The
was.
animation never went to the theaters, but I've met tons of people. Man, I want to know. My wife knows about it. I think it is Lion King. If it's not Lion King, it's something else. Land Before Time, which I doubt it's that one, which is another dinosaur one. But anyway,
I remember the
sticking
Land
my guns
Before
with Lion
Time.
King, and there's a bunch of people that are like, no, 2 is better than 1, and I'm like, in what way? How? Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know, but someone was telling me, and I'm probably remembering this completely wrong because I can't imagine anyone telling me that the Lion King and its storyline were kind of instrumental in their growing up, and they were talking about it, and I was like, wait a minute, is that storyline not Hamlet? Avenge my death, Simba.
Yeah.
And you wonder if you
But
me, were it
there,
not for the Elton John's not theme, what's
in
it
the
called, soundtrack,
circle, in the
would other people
circle.
not have noticed that they were just doing Hamlet but with lions rather than the Danish? That's
So who's
something I
Pumbaa and
do
Timon?
miss a little bit. They don't seem to do vegan Danish. Who is
Hakuna
Pumbaa and
Matata.
Timon?
Ain't no passing phrase. It means no worries for the rest of your day. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
It's weird because everyone's going to say Hakuna Matata because that's how they know it. But before The Lion King came out, not that I generally got to go and see stuff like that at the cinema, because I suppose my dad wouldn't have appreciated things like, I don't know, how old would I have been? I can't work it out.
So, Lion King, I think if it was 92, something around that, early 90s. So I'm
Yeah, it
throwing, I'm like
was
10. between 10 and 13?
I was 11 when, and that would have been 1994, because
Wow, it came out in
it
94?
came out after 94, if
Oh, wow.
I'm correct, though
I
I
was wrong then.
didn't go and see it. I've never
I was
seen
older.
The Lion King, and that's why I was incredibly surprised when
Whoa.
someone was talking about it. It's like they were talking about Hamlet, and Hamlet was like supposed to be the boring one. I don't know why. I don't find it at all boring, but I do kind of feel I need, when reading, I kind of need some extra explainings, because I think even if it was in proper English, because Shakespeare, yeah, it was of its time and people don't speak like that anymore. So I am aware that I'm not going to get they do have those books, if you've seen them. It's Shakespeare on the right side page, and on the left side page it's all the explainings of what's on the right side. And yeah, that works, I suppose, but are you really learning? I'm someone who tends to, and I did this in one of my courses, I learn best when I learn with other people. And that's like a thing that isn't just because I will be letting them do the work. So there. And please don't let me talk for too long.
I am. Oh, what happened with other people? I'm
I don't
actually.
know, it must have been something that I was saying, because they've all gone.
Yeah. Oh,
Are
I'm
you
sorry.
sure it's not because I'm a co-host?
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
try to be welcoming and friendly, but it might just be that I talk all the time.
No, 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 no.
Oh, you're too kind. And yes, I had the Buddha bowl, and it has it's one of those that doesn't have too many ingredients, because apparently that's important if you're eating something. You don't want it to have loads of ingredients unless it's Indian. I think Indian cuisine has a lot of different spices and
Yeah.
things that go in it, and you only use a tiny bit of them, but you have to buy a significant amount. And so yeah, you will continue to cook Indian food if you like it, because you have a whole load of spices to use, and I never did get a whole load of spices myself. I wish, like, I don't know, that they're not lucid, but I know that I don't live there anymore, and so my dreams just seem to skip over how I managed to moved back into my old place, and then someone was moving into flat 1, and I was thinking, oh, I could have had flat 1. It's like got a pool in it. It's not got a pool. But in my dreams, things are unusual, and sometimes I wish that I didn't remember them, because you are living them in your dream, and you don't have to realize that you're stuck. I use the word stuck a lot because I think that's probably exactly how I feel. It's a shame because I should be growing. Fucking fireworks. I hope Bramble's okay. Just, I suppose it will actually, in my opinion, be the kitchen that will be the noisiest place, because I swear there is a fan that has no grill on the outside, and you can see the sunlight right through it, and it gets so cold in the winter. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. But if you can't stand the fact that it's fucking freezing in there, yeah, you can adapt and have cooking things more local, which is also a good thing because you don't have to move as far. And yes, I possibly should move more, but I don't think it's necessarily as simple as me moving more. It is not a smart goal. It's a vague goal. It's move more than what? Though, wasn't it just after not my last infusion, but the one before that, penultimate infusion, that my heart rate had gone down for periods of activity? So that was briefly good. I don't really keep on top of what my health app is saying because I tend to take it wrong. And I get that from my mum. That was one thing about my dreams. I seem to be full of seething resentment. Seething, not sealing. Not that caption, sorry. You know how it is. And so I need to talk about it to someone who can help me sort that out, because it's not good. I would just, I'm not looking back with rose tinted glasses or anything. I think things were much better. I was very surprised actually when I spoke to my named nurse and told her about the situation with my mum and the dog, and she's like, so the dog takes priority. And I said, well, I suppose that she has to. I also think that my family also have a fixed mindset, and the problem is that that's easier, and I understand that people take the easy option, but
Yes,
sometimes the easiest option isn't the best one.
it's the easiest one, but not the best one normally. Yeah.
I'm sorry, neither I nor the captions caught that.
No, that I was agreeing with you. The best option is probably not the easiest one.
However, I feel like I am the only person not offering the easy option, and so I'm not going to win. I can't offer transport, which you might be able to tell from how often it comes up. It's a huge thing, and I feel, I've already said stuck, but would you rather I didn't talk about this? Because we can talk about something else. I'm usually quite good at changing the subject.
No, we can talk about anything, but you can keep talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me that's... Yeah, you might have been turned down a little bit because I couldn't hear you very well.
Oh, how about
And I don't want to dampen the mood, so what we could do is, now I've eaten something, I might be a little bit more energized to go and find what I did with that package. It was a little package and I couldn't find it, and then I found it and opened it up, and it had 3 or 4 little packages in it. I have no idea what they could be, and no idea where they could be. And here's Bramble. Are you going to take me to where it is? No, you're going to take me to where the treats are. So there will be treats. I know your game, Missy. Yeah. Sorry, darling. I've started putting the treats in the cupboards, so easily. But it is about me remembering that they're there. And they are there, but no package, and annoyingly there are other packages that is behind. Yeah, this is curious. And I can and should recycle the things that look like the thing. Alas, I don't know, and yeah, I said earlier, it's me bending over, and I don't think I have the problem with looking down as I do looking up. It's just the bending, which is weird. I don't understand exactly how that works, but I'm told it's something to do with your inner ear. But I was watching a thing the other day talking about sensors, and we know about the 5 sensors that we have, but there's another 3.
Three?
The 3 sensors that we have. The
Which
first one is vestibular, which is the one that keeps you upright, I think, knowing how to just be stood and walking. And then there was and then there was another 2, and one of them was about knowing where you are in relation to other things. And the last one, the thing is, I have weirdness with all 5 normal sensors, but I guess I didn't realise this until recently because nobody told me. And I am really annoyed because I'm sure I wouldn't have put it in the bin because there would be something and I didn't. So then and that fell off for some reason. That's come off the wall. I don't know what I can possibly have done. And it's a real bummer because it's like presents for me. But I am going to have to accept that it's going to be something that turns up, and then it'll be a nice surprise for me when it does. I will look in the cupboard, but it's not likely, and it's not there, which we kind of knew would be the case. I hope Bramble is coping with the bangs, and she's got a Feliwell, whatever it's called, one of those plug-in things that is for this time of year when there's lots of unnecessary fucking noise. And of course, you're a cat. You don't know what the noise is. You don't know what it's for. It's just noise. Runaway zebras delighted the nation and exposed their own. That's something in the Washington Post. Isn't that owned by someone?
Yes.
Yes, it is owned by someone. Sometimes, oh no, all the shit's come out the paraphernalia bag, and that's where I put the random buds and screens. There's like gauzes that are loose because they're the good ones and not the ones that I got loads of but don't quite fit. Now the good one has gone missing. Things just disappear. They vanish and they shouldn't. It's most problematic for me. And did you get me any cigarettes? And you didn't tell me how much they cost.
Oh, yeah, I got some cigarettes. They cost like the equivalent probably uh, uh, £3.5 or something like that.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to go to pounds. That's good because they cost more than £10 for a pack of 20. They don't sell packs of 10 anymore because they are looking to phase out smoking completely forever, and people are not very happy about this. I find that kind of the way they've done it here has been through heavy taxation, with the reasoning that you will be costing the NHS significantly more than you would if you were a non-smoker. The problem is that they have been deliberately running down the health service, and so that pretty much sucks for most people. I found the thing for the I've found the filling tool, and it's still got, I reckon, 2 chambers left in it, and I would just like to be having more fun, because fun is
Girls,
good.
they wanna have fun. Girls, they wanna have fun.
Oh, girls just wanna have
Fun,
fun. Wanna have fun. Girls
fun. They
wanna have,
wanna have.
they just
Just
wanna,
wanna, just
have.
wanna.
Girls,
They
girls
wanna
just wanna have
have
fun.
fun.
When the working day is done. Oh, yes, well, I think a lot of people gain a sense of worth through their work. And in the Stoic space, they were saying, Seneca, I believe, about like detest toil. And I think, oddly, I understand that, because I don't believe that people should have to be toiling. And it also makes me think of some Bible passage or other that was on the front of the pamphlet for one of my friends' dad's funeral. I saw someone from college asked why she wasn't in college, and she said, like, my friend's dad had passed away and it was his funeral. And I was like, oh, I mean, she was a good friend. I'm sure she's still a good friend. I just haven't spoken to her for years. I bumped into her when you could drive into the front bit of the train station, Midland train station. I saw her there with her mother and she had to catch a train. I hope she caught it. But yeah, that was the last time I saw her. I don't know why she was back in the UK, because she is presumably living in Chile, married
Oh,
to Rodders. I think his name's Rodrigo. And yeah, hopefully very happy. I just think of her as being ultimately a very sunny, friendly person, and it's thanks to her really that I am not terrified of religion, because it's scary. I was apparently raised Church of England, but I was not outside of school, which was religion every morning when you are under the age of 11. Oh, well, some people would be 11 in that year. It's just me and my birthday being in summer holidays. So the whole school year I was one age, which was useful. Did also mean that I was younger than, I can't remember whether it was mean or median or mode, but the average age, they were born in February. So I was what, 6 months? Yes, 6 months younger than everyone else. And apparently you are not going to fare as well as someone who is in the older than average age in your year. Why they had to put this on our fucking school reports, I will never know. But yes, I said that I was going through my mum's shed, which had managed to get flooded, I think. And yeah, I found my year report from when I was 8, and I said it was like I was damned with faint praise. And that sucks because I was aware of it. I was always aware that I wasn't as good as I was supposed to be. And yeah, and fat. Let's not forget that I would say I hope to God that they don't do that with kids these days. I like to think that society has moved on a bit and you don't shame children for being overweight when they're at an age where there is quite a wide variety, because they're growing, for fuck's sake. And yeah, the problem was not really about an 8-year-old being overweight. And they tell me now that I would be average size because kids are overweight these days. And I wonder if it's just people who hear the same things about kids just staying inside and playing on their whatever they play on, in like with headsets and stuff. And we used to go out and like get our knees dirty and do stuff and be back when it got dark, and that is clearly what's wrong with the kids today. The thing is, what's wrong with the kids today has been a thing since forever. And I don't have children.
You have Rambo.
I have Bramble. Yes, I do. And I honestly, I think that if I had children, social services would take them because I wouldn't be able to look after them like they needed to be looked after. But maybe, just maybe, there would be another parent who could pick up the slack. I just assumed that's how it worked with couples who have kids. Everyone just does what they can, and hopefully sorry, there's buzzing, and it's like, is it my I'm a little bit, what the buzzing was my vaporizer, so I was forgetting to vape. And yeah, sometimes my mum's heard it. There's this thing when I inhale, it is behind my nose. I swear it's something that seems to me to be happening behind my nose. It sounds like it's coming from my nose. I reckon maybe it would happen if I closed my nose. We will see. I mean, it doesn't happen every time, but it's a thing. It doesn't happen so often these days. I did wash my... Did I tell you about my LV? I
No.
bought this... I call it a dongle, but I think it's probably referred to as an LV. And why, I wonder, aren't people calling it Twitterks? Not Twitters, Twitterks.
Titex.
Like, it runs. It's like... I suppose if you leave out Daniel, Alberto Hill, like, it runs. If that makes sense. Hill continues from Alberto as if it could be like the same word. And yeah, sometimes names don't do that. I'm sure I've got a point. I sometimes think about changing my surname to something.
Burrito. K burrito.
Table reader. Table reader. Yeah. The thing is, it's not a Mexican surname. That surname sort of implies that I'm taking the piss.
K Rodriguez.
What was the one? Ramirez.
Ramirez. K Ramirez. K González. K La Chapa González.
Oh my goodness, I put my name as something Ramirez once, reaching out on Bebo, I think it was, to Paul Dangerous Danan. Oh dear, I didn't say hello to Jesse and now he's gone. I was
Oh,
talking about Paul Danan. Oh no, but the thing is, I sensed someone who was lacking in, first of all, I don't know how old he is, but he's about my age. He was in Hollyoaks, which is a soap that I learnt a lot from in the a couple of years I watched it. It started during the pandemic, and there was a thing where they could go back to work, but they weren't allowed to be in close proximity with each other, and that's difficult when they're supposed to be getting it on and stuff. But I just thought it was like the soap for young people, and it was just stacked full of really gorgeous people and then a token fat ginger girl. But I guess she's not been in it for decades, and yes, the actors are still gorgeous, but they tackle real life stuff that I would have been completely unaware of had I not watched it. And it was like all the characters have a disability of some sort, because that is kind of how it is. It's weird to think about it, because there are people that don't consider their condition to be disabling, and I say, good for you. It is a shame sometimes. It's not a shame that there are Paralympians, but it's a shame that it becomes, well, they can do it, why can't you? It's like me saying, yeah, that Olympian there, they can do this incredible thing, so what's your problem? But the problem is possibly that some people, I mean, for me, I was always disabled, even before I was awarded disability living allowance. I was disabled then. They'd send me New Deal for disabled people shit, like having denied me disability benefit. And so it was like messed up. I think, though I'm not an expert, because thank fuck I haven't been in a position where I've had to claim universal credit, which is what they would put me on now if I was a new claimant. But I am what they call a legacy benefit claimant, and so that meant in the pandemic, when people's universal credit went up by £20 a week, which is a significant amount of money if all you're getting is universal credit. And that's why you get universal credit, because that is like all you're gonna get. And they trialed it because they were a little bit less reckless and careless with the changes a few years ago. However, I was thinking of something. This is the thing about me being I am not asleep all the time. I have to feed Bramble, I have to use the bathroom, and sometimes I am just thinking about stuff. And I thought of, yes, I remember people started up a company that was translations. One of these startups, they don't have any translators, but they start up a business. And yeah, I mean, really, there isn't much they can do as a translation service if there are no people that speak any other languages. But you know, that's not a problem. And then they get bought out for a ridiculous amount of money by the government. They were paid millions for this shell translators here service. And yeah, I think the thing was, this is going back some years, because I was younger and more beautiful. And the thing is about corruption is it wasn't in full view like it has been recently, here at least. And it was like I was the only one fucking seeing it. I watched with horror while everyone else was working hard. I was just following politics and getting more and more scared. But no, I couldn't have imagined how it is. But we are living in interesting times.
Yes.
Can I hear you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Just about, yes. I couldn't hear you. I checked my volume. I think I was able to turn it up a bit. Can hear you now, but sometimes maybe it's me. I'm not using the headphones. I'm not using the headphones because I haven't charged them. And I think before I've thought I've turned them off, and then I realised that all the sound is still coming through the headphones, which
Maybe you
is
better.
good if you can't find the headphones. But baby,
Can you hear me better now?
yes.
Okay.
But the caption said baby. I didn't hear baby, but I can hear you. So please do some talking or
Baby.
singing. I like the singing.
Okay.
Baby, baby,
Baby.
baby.
Baby. Give me one.
Where did our love go? I just went completely blank for the lyrics there.
Baby, hit me one more time. What was the
Hit
lyrics
me,
of
baby, one more
one
time.
more
Baby,
time?
give me one more hit. My
Baby,
loneliness isn't killing me.
my
It would just
loneliness.
be nice if I don't know. Do you ever wonder, and I hope this isn't a dubious topic, dubious is not the word, dodgy maybe. Hope it's not dodgy, but if I had like a clone,
Yes.
because it
Oh,
couldn't be an identical twin, because what are the odds that it would have been more than 40 years that before I was reunited with my identical twin? It's blatantly going to be a clone, and that clone would, I don't know, would you tinker with the clone? Would you do something so the clone didn't have multiple sclerosis? And would that be not unethical, but like against God? Yes, are clones against God? God
Uh,
versus the clones. I'm just thinking about possible titles for the space, but I think ones mentioning God are a little bit. I don't want to bait anyone. Honestly, I am a fan of discussion that doesn't descend into shouting and insults. Because, when you have to resort to insults, you've lost. You can
I agree.
reasonably, what's the opposite of praise? Opposite of praise, something that is unworthy of praise, but stick to the topic. I find that quite difficult.
Well, you can put the name of the space to wherever you want. Okay?
I know, but I like I say, I don't want to invite the trolls in by talking about God.
Yo, yeah, that's a good point. God and the clowns and the yeah.
Yeah, God versus the clones perhaps wasn't. Though people might come in because they're interested, I think that is a kind of
Controversial topic.
yes. I was going to say insightful, but yes, and best avoided. I'm glad we had this conversation because now I feel more confident that that will not be the way to go. But what is the way to go?
I wish I knew.
I will go for Ren and Stimpy. There we go. It will in a second change to Happy Happy Joy Joy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Happy 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 Joy Joy Joy. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Do you
Yeah,
think Burrito will ever come back?
I think she never went away. Always
Oh,
in your heart.
oh, she was so lovely, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think that absence can make the heart grow fonder, but can also make the heart grow forgetful.
Yeah,
And I think this way, in terms of the one that got away, he could do no wrong, but he obviously could. One time, because he wasn't answering the phone, I did the number unavailable thing and he answered. It was, yeah. And that was possibly, there might have been a couple of other things. I perhaps, but the point is, I sort of canonize him. And yes, so I would be less of a dirty, brutal, bottom-feeding trash bag hoe. and we would surely still be together to this day.
Yes.
Alas, it was not to be, and I think at my age, it is unlikely that I don't wish to be in any way using stereotypes or something, but perhaps the good ones are taken. I'm not trying to look at things in terms of high value men, women, because I don't value the same things other people do. Time. I value time. We have a finite amount of it. We don't know how much.